Stay tuned for tips and techniques from the nation's top chefs in the Chef's Kitchen.
What's the name of this wine?
It's Cotes du Ventoux or Ventoux wines from the Jaboulet family
The
estate.
Ventoux appellation, of course, and this is right here, La
Exactly.
Traverse.
Les Traverses.
Les Traverses.
From the
Jaboulet.
Cotes du Ventoux appellation.
Excellent way to start. Hi, and welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Tina Marie, and today I'm joined by Chef Jonathan Cartwright of the White Barn Inn in Kennebunkport. Wonderful to have you back here in the Chef's Kitchen, sir.
It's wonderful to be here. Thank you
Great.
for having us. And some great wines today, too.
Excellent wines, specifically from the Ventoux region.
Yes.
And we have Daphne Payan from Rhone Valley Wines, and of course Jean-Luc from Ledoux Wines in New York City.
Hello.
Hello, and it's all about Cotes du Rhone, specifically Ventoux wines.
Yes.
Very, very diverse wines, can be paired with all kinds of food.
This is a wine from Jaboulet, which is a famous producer in the Rhone Valley. And this is a Cotes du Ventoux. It's a blend of Grenache and Syrah, which are the main two grape varieties in the
Grenache
Ventoux
being
area.
probably the most
That's
abundant.
the king. Yeah, that's the
grape.
king grape variety in the region. Basically, in the Rhone Valley, you have a lot of Syrah in the north, and then lots of Grenache in the south.
And Jean-Luc, tell us a little bit about this particular wine. What are we going to be tasting? What are the attributes?
As Daphne said, this is a blend of mainly Grenache with some Syrah in it. And it really has, what I love about the Grenache grape, especially in the Ventoux area, those wines are very versatile. And I think it's perfect that today we have a lobster dish because you would think that with lobster you would have a white wine. Yet the Grenache, with its element of its fruitiness, it has also a nice body to it, but it's round enough that it can work with many different style of dishes.
And a beauty of Ventoux wines is this very same thing. So shall we toast and
I think
taste?
sure.
Without further
Cheers.
ado, right?
Santé.
Santé. Thank you. I think that's a fabulous way to start off this show.
Yeah, very easy drinking wines.
Wonderful. And then so you'll be joining us again and
For more.
picking out some more wines for us to enjoy. Thank you. Okay, sir. So let me take your glass.
Thank you. We're going to cook a little bit of lentils to go with grilled lobster.
You're cooking down a little bit of finely diced carrot. We have carrot, onion, maybe a little bit of garlic in here, sir.
A little bit of fennel.
Fennel. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
A little bit of carrot and leek. And a little bit of celery root in there.
Very good.
And then we're going to pop some lentils in that have been soaked in water
This is the earthy aspect of our dish today.
Exactly.
Very nice combination. So essentially you just sweated down the finely diced vegetables a little bit with butter, added your lentils, and now you're immediately adding some
Chicken stock?
Chicken stock, okay.
Obviously, if you don't have chicken stock available, you can use a little bit of water with it. The vegetables will give it a lot of flavor. So I'm going to add a little bit of thyme there
Thyme
to it, just to
sprig.
give it a little flavor. And that's it. And what we're going to do here is a butter reduction with the rosé.
So you're actually going to cook with the rosé.
And we're going to let that reduce down. And we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock to it also, just to give it a little bit of body. And then we have obviously our Kennebunkport lobster.
Yeah, so this is direct from Kennebunkport, this lobster.
It is. I'm going to cut it just for our presentation purposes in little discs. So if you just cut them straight through the little lines there where the shell meets each other, you get these nice little rings.
Very nice. Now, is the lobster fully cooked at this point?
It is.
Okay.
So all we're going to do when we come back to the grill is really just warm it back up. We can start to grill off our lobster pieces because we can just hold them warm if we get a little bit ahead of ourselves and we're not
Okay.
ready on the sauce.
She just drizzled a little bit of olive oil on top of there.
Exactly. It is a dish that you can finish off in summertime outside on the barbecue. There's no reason to only cook inside. And now we just seasoned it a little bit, salt and pepper
Just-
on there. That's all it needs. So for the sauce, the reduction is nearly there. So we're going to
Add a little
slowly
bit of
add a
butter.
little bit of butter.
This is where the richness comes into our sauce. I do always enjoy your plating, Chef. You just have an artistic flair to everything that you create.
You're very kind.
We have a lovely garnish here.
So we're just going to drizzle a little bit of that sauce.
So interesting,
over
and
there.
that butter really added a nice richness, and it keeps the color of the rosé
It does.
beautifully.
Beautiful little rosé color. I think we're going to have a glass of rosé or another wine with it. So
Well, we'll see.
We'll see
This is
how
the
well
beauty
that
of-
pairs together.
This is the beauty of this show, is we never know what Daphne and Jean-Luc are going to pull out for us to try? There we are.
Some chilled
And we do have
rosé.
some chilled rosé.
do.
And again, rosé obviously should be served chilled.
Yes. Chill, not too cold, but definitely yes.
And now we're going to prove the versatility of the wines of the Ventoux. So we have two different wines to taste with your beautiful dish today. First, we're going to have the wine that was used in the cooking, because it's always a great way. Rosés are one of the magical things of the Ventoux and of the Rhone Valley. And it's, during the summer, they're one of the most perfect, I think, the perfect accompaniment to summer. They're very dry. People have that conception of rosé for many years as being like a sweet, cloying type of wine. Taste this and tell me if this is sweet and cloying. There's very light strawberry, aromas.
Smooth and dry.
Smooth and dry.
Very
and one
crisp.
of them.
Very crisp and icy cold. The best way to drink this, really.
And one of the great things about all the wine that we're tasting today, they're all under $10.
Yes.
If you can
Yes,
believe this.
that's a
There's not a
very-
single wine in there that's above $10 a bottle.
That's a very important point that you bring up. These are very inexpensive wines. Exceptional wines,
Quality
but at a
for
great
branding.
value.
We have another wine
Oh,
for
we
you.
have
The
yet
last
another wine,
Yes.
okay.
Red wine to
Chef,
prove the versatility.
this is
Okay.
the Château de Fenouillet 2007.
So with this particular dish, we're going to enjoy two separate wines.
Both these wines also have a little bit of a similarity as far as the grapes are concerned, because of, they still are dominated by Grenache and have some Syrah, but there's another grape that is very important in the Ventoux, is Carignan. And Carignan is one of the original grapes from the region, from all the south of France. And you find now some plantings of very old vines that go into the making of these wines, and that add, a certain amount of earthiness and rusticity to the wine, which I personally really like.
So wine has been produced in this area for more than 2,000
Forever.
years.
Well, they needed to give something to drink to the legionnaires,
Wonderful, robust flavor to this wine. But I can't wait to taste this lobster. So let's go to it. Let's go to it. Okay, so I hope you'll all join me
Thank you.
in trying Chef Jonathan's wonderful creation. Okay.
You just sort of just push it out.
Oh, I see. And it comes out rather easily. I'm going to take some lentils with it too.
Yeah, you must taste it together. And then a sip of wine after.
That is wonderful. Not overpowered by spices. Lentils really come through and add a nice body to the dish.
Yeah, the peppery notes of the sauce and
So
the way
interesting
we
how
grilled it.
a red goes beautifully with lobster, and it's a tribute to you for showcasing how versatile these wines are, that you can
Yeah.
really pair them up with really
You need
any type of food.
a red like Ventoux with very soft tannins.
Yes.
You don't want something too
important.
too bold.
To Ventoux wines,
To Ventoux wine
Ventoux
to
wine.
Chef Jonathan Cartwright,
and lobster.
Thank you.
and for a
Cheers.
lovely day of tasting and
you.
pairing.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.
To see today's recipe and all of the recipes featured on the Chef's Kitchen, log on to chefskitchen.tv.